Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hey Shady Lady, and today we're going to be doing a semi-deep dive into how you can fine-tune your Twitch bio and about section to clearly communicate who you are and what your channel is all about. Sorry for so many uploads back to back, but I kind of ran behind my October schedule a little bit and I want to make sure that everything's cleared out of the way and I'm ready for November. So here you go. The about section of your Twitch profile can seem a little intimidating because it's like that first page of a brand new fancy notebook. There's this intense pressure to not mess it up with all your silly scribbles. As you stare down at the page, suddenly every thought in your head seems so frivolous and unimportant. And assuming you can make it past the creeping nervousness that usually follows the forced self-awareness involved with writing bios or applications or resumes, then where do you even start? Fear not, my friend. Creating your Twitch profile really doesn't have to be that difficult. The cool thing about it is you can update and change it anytime you want. And seeing as your about section serves as the first step toward creating a personal relationship with your viewers, you might just want to suck it up and get it done. Plan to set aside an hour or two one afternoon to structure and create everything that you need for your profile and just do the damn thing. If all you can manage in the beginning is the bare minimum panels in the bio, then that's a great place to start. But ideally, in the long run, we won't have a bare bones profile like my poor PeachyLoveBunny's profile we set up on a previous video. Before we even get into the specifics of your profile, I want to offer up a piece of advice. Try to make your profile as accessible as possible. Keep in mind that there may be people in your audience who are visually impaired and use screen readers when they're browsing the internet. So while you design or commission all your beautiful graphics, please make sure to include text for each panel that clearly communicates the same thing that the image does. And while you're at it, you may just want to skip out on those fancy text generators because they sound absolutely obnoxious on screen readers.
U, mathematical sans serif italic small t, mathematical sans serif italic small h, mathematical sans serif italic small.
Now let's dive in. I would recommend a good 7 to 12 sections of your profile spanning from the basics like a headshot or a logo, a small summary of who you are or what your brand is all about, information around subscribing to your channel if you're an affiliate or partner and what they get by subscribing, any particular rules you have for participating in your community chats, and calls to action for donating to your channel or following you on other platforms like Twitter or Instagram, or purchasing through your merch store or affiliate link. You definitely want to add in a little personal spice as well that is unique to your channel, content, or lifestyle. We'll talk a little bit more about niche panel ideas later in this video. Let's tackle the first and probably most difficult part, your bio and headshot. Should you include a picture of yourself? I would definitely say yes, but only if that matches with your content style. There's plenty of research available that indicates human beings feel more trust for a product or brand when there is some human element involved with the marketing. People want to connect with other people, and a picture is a great step in that direction. If you're a no-cam streamer or a VTuber, then I would recommend at least using art of your avatar or a channel logo instead. You want to include some visual reference of what you or your brand is all about to establish the vibes. For example, I chose a polished selfie for my bio, but variety streamer Mother Moon has opted for a very adorable art piece instead that clearly conveys that she brings alternative fashion to the table, magical energy, casual goth vibes, and there's even a reference to Sailor Moon, which would be a subtle calling card to her target audience. Here's a few more examples of profile pictures, headshots, and branding art used on various Twitch profiles. Now let's talk about the hard part, your text bio. I think this is the part that gives people the longest pause, but your bio serves a major purpose, providing enough information that the viewer can feel connected with you and want to engage further, either during the live stream or on your other social media platforms. Remember, viewers are often popping into your streams at random times when you're likely in the middle of conversations with other people. I imagine that the average viewer lurks without participating in chat for a brief amount of time, and then if they enjoy the initial vibes, as they're listening to you, they scroll down to your Twitch About section to investigate a little bit further and decide if you're right for them. When it comes to writing the bio, there are two spaces we're looking at. One is at the top of your profile where there's actually only about 100 characters visible, so choose this very wisely. This should be extremely short and to the point. The second place is when they scroll down to the actual About section. Here you have a little bit of wiggle room, but I would still recommend keeping your bio concise. I like to default to the trusty KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. You don't want to send your viewer into information overload. This is where we would employ the good old elevator pitch, explaining you or your brand in 30 seconds or less in such a way that even a caveman could understand. As you're brainstorming ideas for this, remember who's actually going to be reading your bio, your target audience, not you. So don't write your bio for yourself. Write it for your target audience. What will they get out of your channel? What can you offer them? You don't have to go on and on about your life story or accomplishments or how long it's taken you to start streaming unless you really feel those things are relevant to your content. Give them the basic facts like your name, possibly your age and general location, like your state or even just your country. Please don't dox yourself. Stay safe and protect your privacy. Viewers are seeking a personal connection, so include any relevant guest stars of your stream, such as pets like Toasty, who's been flailing around in a lot of my videos lately, or partners and roommates that might pop up from time to time on your channel. Sweet Sage does an excellent job of this, featuring her 2 sweet fur babies up front and center on her profile. You may also want to mention what kind of content you make and how that content will impact them as a viewer. I'm going to share with y'all one of my favorite methods for writing a hard-hitting, to-the-point bio that I learned from Kyla Roma's blog, and I'll link this down below if you want to read through and take your time with this process. Kyla recommends approaching this by answering some simple questions with one sentence. What do you do? Who is your ideal viewer? What do you help them do? And what adjectives vividly describe the experience you want your viewers to have? Here's an example. FPS streamer. Busy 20-somethings looking to blow off steam. Help them get through their boring work shift or homework and make them laugh. Zesty and hilarious. I am an FPS streamer and I share my zesty adventures in Overwatch to make you laugh while you try to get through your work shift or homework. Now let's specify this a little bit more. What kind of FPS streamer are you? What kind of zesty adventures do you offer? And then we can garnish that up a little bit more like so. I am a deadly shot in Overwatch. Diamond rank Widowmaker, don't mind me. I share my zesty adventures in competitive solo queue to hopefully give you a good chuckle to distract you from your tedious day. Doesn't that sound a lot better than something like, I'm a college student studying chemistry and I really enjoy playing Overwatch on my time off, so join me for some gameplay. Here's a second example. Sandbox streamer. Stressed out creatives seeking inspiration and relaxation. Teach them how to make cute builds and discover their personal style. Cozy, relaxed. I am a sandbox streamer who teaches uninspired creatives how to relax into their own personal style through cozy builds in Minecraft and Animal Crossing. And you could add a little more personal flair like so. I'm a wholesome little sandbox streamer who is here to teach all the sweet creatives who may be feeling uninspired how to relax into their own personal style. Join me as I share my cozy cottagecore builds in Minecraft and Animal Crossing. We accept all villagers here, even the snooty ones. Ooh woo. As you're writing your bio, don't be afraid to pop out the thesaurus to spice your vocabulary up a little bit. But I'll echo the same advice I give for everything. Don't get too carried away. Maybe just shuffle out a word or two into something that still sounds like you'd say it, just to add a little flavor. Now that we've established your bio and headshot, let's think a little bit about what your other panels could include. I've gone into detail about coming up with brand colors, names, and vibes in a previous video, which I'll link down below, so I'm going to focus more on the practical side of this today. I would highly recommend including Twitch panels. I mentioned earlier in the video to include good text descriptions for people who may be using screen readers, but I still would recommend using some visual graphics. These are called Twitch panels, and these are individual sections in your About profile area. You'll either need to create your own graphics through a program like Photoshop or a free alternative such as photop.com, or you could commission someone to make these graphics for you. If you don't have the ability to do either of these, there are plenty of resources available online for cheap or free Twitch panels. Just pop out the good old Google search. Hi, Toasty. All right, time for Toasty, I suppose. In today's video, I will be featuring our sponsor, Placeit, to show you how you can make your own panels with surprisingly little effort. Placeit has free options, but also offers premium options as well, and if you end up finding something you like with them that's in their premium services, if you use my link in the description box below, you'll get 15% off. So what you'll want to do is browse around and find something that matches your personal aesthetic. Once you have something picked out, we're going to need to brainstorm our panel ideas so we know what we're making. If you're feeling a little stumped, here's some panel ideas I see in a lot of Twitch profiles. About/bio, a picture or logo, schedule, donations and tips, info on subscribing to you, your various social media accounts. And you could do that in one panel, or you could make a separate panel for every social media account you want to reference them to. Your Discord server, any rules for participating in your chat, PC specs or setup, your wish list, a link to your website, credits for your artist. Here's some niche panel ideas. Speedrun records, how to get a tarot reading and what a tarot reading is, how to get an art commission, games that you've beat in the past, top donators, although I prefer to celebrate top sub gifters, info about a role-playing roleplay character, or info about previous roleplay characters that you've done. Think about what you specialize in your stream and if you could include some kind of relevant info about that in your Twitch panels. And don't forget, like I mentioned earlier, to spice this up with your own flavor. Like on my profile, for example, I've included this silly Fox Mulder meme personalized with my name in it so people truly understand that my love for him knows no bounds. Let your personality shine. Once you've narrowed to what panels you need, let's go ahead and create them. What's great about Placeit is that you can fully customize their designs to your need, including swapping out images or colors so that it matches up with your branding. Here, I've created 7 different panels to update my PeachyLoveBunny profile. I'm also going to use a logo design I pulled from Placeit as well, so we'll have an avatar in her profile. Setting up your panels in Twitch can honestly be a little tedious at times, so to update this information, you'll want to go to your Twitch profile and click the About button. Then on the left, you'll see a toggle switch for edit. Let's toggle that on and get started. Upload each image one by one and include a text description of what the panel is about. The tediousness comes in because Twitch uses Markdown, which is a little confusing if you're not used to it. If you want to include a link in your text section, you'll have to do it like so. I'll include this in the description box so you can copy and paste it easily. You could also just visit this website, which I'll also link below, for other markup language for things like bold or italic. You can also click and drag these around after you're done updating them, but make sure you click the save button on each one individually. I would set these up with a screen width of 3 or 4 panels in mind. The chat is usually open on the right side, which will cause some smaller resolution screens to only show 3 of the panels. So if you're designing your panels with some specific aesthetic in mind, make sure you consider that not everyone has the same monitor width, or they could even be viewing your profile on mobile. And the last specialized tip I want to mention is for your schedule panel. I definitely recommend including your schedule down in the About section, whether you manually type it yourself or use a widget such as the Stream Elements schedule widget. But you also want to update your schedule in the Twitch schedule section on the back end of your dashboard. Different viewers will look for your schedule in different places, and you want to make it as easy as possible for everyone to access this information. So take the few extra minutes to duplicate the schedule information in each section. And I think that's all I have to say about fine-tuning your Twitch profile section. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in and watching. I hope you've had a beautiful weekend. And of course, I would like to offer a huge thank you to my fan house subscribers for helping me be a full-time content creator. I will be launching a Ko-fi and Patreon sometime in the next couple of weeks, and I would like to remind you that this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my live stream Q&A session here on YouTube, so I would love to see you stop by if you have any questions about content creation in general or even your own journey. And I suppose that's it. Now it's time for me to take this makeup off and do my Halloween costume of Ursula. Thank you again everyone so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye everybody.